I brought up about that God tells us that we're responsible for one another, right? And so I don't think it's for one person to go out and try to help everybody, but I think it's who God lays on your heart. We all go every day. We're out amongst other people. You ever felt a burden for somebody? That's God saying, "Help that person." I believe that's how God works. And I was reading these verses come to mind this week, and I started reading them, and it's exactly what I'm talking about here was about the Good Samaritan when the lawyer stood up and said, "What shall I do to inherit eternal life?" And he says here, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart." I say this all the time, with all your soul and with all your strength, with all your mind. You know what the second part is? You love your neighbor. And so I read that and think, this was, and Jesus told the parable about the man that was in need. The two church people that should have known better, what'd they do? They passed him by, didn't they? Who helped him? The one that didn't associate. And so here, that help was an unlikely man stopped to help this guy. And so he goes on to say, it was a man, he says, who had compassion. And so I think today God is like, really need to search our hearts tonight. And are we serving the Lord for ourselves, or are we really doing what God says? I mean, do we really have compassion for people? Do you have compassion for everybody? Do you see a need or see something going on and your heart just goes out to that person and you just feel for them? You have compassion, and I think that compassion comes from loving God, doesn't it? When you love God, you have compassion for other people, and that's what this man did. Jesus told the parable. He said, the man that went out to help the guy was the one that didn't even associate with him, but the two church people that should have known better was the one that did not stop to help. And so today, I think as Terry goes over what he's going to talk about finances, is that right? It's not it? Okay, you changed it. And so whatever it is, we're supposed to look out for one another and have compassion for other people.